What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin, back here with another video. Barely recovered from a horrible Super Bowl, and I'm back here, but this time it's for the wrestling news. I'm wearing my red today. I guess that's gonna make me, I'll say, halfway better because it's the day where we normally watch the Monday Night Red Show in the world of professional wrestling, and we're gonna be talking about today in the afternoon. Right now is with the wildest and intriguing news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know from the Wrestling Inc. article, including full list of recent WWE talent and departures and releases or contracts not renewed, like updates. On we heard that there was a massive ramsack releases lately from the past weekend, and also a backstage update on Malachi Black's AEW contract status, and a backstage update on the beef between Drew McIntyre and LA Knight following SmackDown confrontation. And Rikishi opens up his reaction on his son Jey Uso winning the 2025 Royal Rumble match, and then we got a report on an injured AEW star was backstage at last week's Dynamite, and main event Jey Uso explains success despite saying he was never supposed to be top guy material, and we got a former AEW World Championship pose for a picture alongside Mercedes Moné at Super Bowl 59, and much more. I guess that's probably going to be the other only best thing about the Super Bowl as well. But starting things off is we got a full list of the recent WWE talent departures, releases, or contracts not renewed. Uh, uh, just weeks away before WrestleMania, and it has a dark cloud hanging over it. Like recently, like news broke in numerous WWE superstars were either released or told their contracts were not to be renewed in this coming weeks. And oh yeah, this happened like just moments when SmackDown was on the air, like where WWE made this very shocking, big, bold decision to what's it called? Bold decision to choose to excuse me, to release these individuals and this past Friday on SmackDown. And the reason why I didn't tell you about this when I was making the review is because I didn't know until like the day afterwards. Like and at that time, like only told you about a couple of guys that were released. Like who was it on my wrestling news on that Saturday? But yeah, there was I talked about a couple of these guys that were released in particular. But now like I'm gonna give you a full list of it right here, like that were released in the following, like which featured. Oh yeah, the authors of Pain and Paul Ellering, that's who it was, and Blair Davenport and Duke Hudson as well. But then also we have alongside with Cedric Alexander, Blair Davenport. Yeah, I already said that. Sonya Deville, Isla Dawn, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows of the Good Brothers, Giovanni Vinci, and Electra Lopez of Legado del Fantasma. It is not the reason. It is not the reason behind the mass layoffs is not entirely clear. Like the nature of the various departures, the differs. Like as some were granted releases, some were released and some were simply told their contracts would not be renewed. Like many of the release stars included notes about having a 90-day until like they can compete elsewhere. Hudson was the first to announce his departure, like releasing a video that sees him interviewing himself, like version of himself, like was 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 dis, despondent, was despondent, like but grateful, while the other version of it of Candescent, would rage over being passed over, in favor of fellow Australians, like Bronson Reed and Rhea Ripley. Then the release came in a wave, with Cedric Alexander, then thanking the company for 8.5 years, and Akam and Razor and Paul Ellering had been part of Karrion Kross's Final Testament faction, on Monday Night Raw, and the group had just finished a feud with a with with a Wyatt Six, which saw them came up short, against Sticks, but had not seemed to be so soundly beaten, that they could be considered written off television. The same could be said of Viola Dawn, who was fresh off a feud in WWE NXT with Metaphor, and even competed on WWE Speed. The week of her release, as well. But what are your thoughts on what are your thoughts on these mass releases? And are you shocked that these guys gave in the acts at this time? Especially when there's just barely a couple months away of the showcase of the Immortals. And where do you think they're going to about to be heading to? Do you think that do you think a run in total nonstop action, or even all elite wrestling, or in their future? Please leave your comments down below on that. But either way, I wish them the very best of luck at this very unfortunate time. But, well, if it's somebody that wanted to be released anyways, I wish them the best of luck. Hopefully they get to the other company that they want to be in, and hopefully they're in contacts with them so they can compete in that very squared circle. But let's move on to the next slide. But yeah, it's not very happy, not a very happy day, to lose your job as much as your favorite team losing a big championship game. But anyways, we're gonna move on to some backstage updates on Malachi Black's AEW contract status, as after months of speculation and conflicting reports, Malachi Black has officially become a free agent. According to PW Insider, his contract with AEW expired yesterday, and he has been removed from the company's roster on its website. The former NXT champion had signed with AEW in 2021, and after being released by WWE and found success being the leader of the House of Black, as well as capturing the AEW World Trios Championships alongside his House of Black brethren, Brody King and Buddy Matthews. And then of the House of Black, which it also featured their female member, Julia Hart, but who are his former teammates, and faction members, that's now being rebranded as the Hounds of Hell. the Hounds of Hell, and also rumors picked it up about Black's status with the company last November after his match with Adam Cole on AEW Dynamite, when he claimed on social media that he was not retiring or leaving. That said, like, it had been reported that Black's contract was set to expire with uncertainty towards whether he would resign with AEW, speculation resurfaced towards back Black's potential his exit with the company when Matthews battled Will Ospreay on Dynamite in the next month or so. Told Buddy Matthews he could see singles gold in the future, indicating that possible changes were forthcoming in the House of Black. By late January, it seemed all but confirmed that Black had finished up with AEW, with PW Insider also reporting that there were no future plans to feature him on television. Dave Meltzer also claimed on Wrestling Observer radio that some people within the company were glad Black was leaving. Now that Black is a free agent, it's possible that that he could be WWE bound, especially because Paul Triple H Levesque has taken over as head of creative since he was last with the company. The former AEW star, was heavily pushed by Triple H in WWE NXT, and always seemed to have a prominent role on television. Under his creative direction, Black may also want to reunite with his real life wife Zelina Vega, who is still uncontracted in WWE. But what are your thoughts onto this very intriguing news story about Malachi Black being a free agent now? And do you think he's going to go back to the company where he was used to been well known well known, and probably for the best part was when he was paired up with Triple H, was it? Yeah, up here. Well, the paired. When he was under the wing of Triple H's creative in NXT. What am I talking about? When he was in the era when Triple H was the head creative, which was back in 2018, 2019, before he got brought up the main roster in 19. And it seemed like that, despite McMahon being in control into the company, you would expect him to have some kind of a mid-card success, which it looked promising when he was in the feud with Cesaro at the time, which is now known as Claudio Castagnoli in AEW. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. Do you think that it's in? Do you think that him being on him going back to WWE is in his future? And do you think that we can? Do you think they've been teasing it on WWE lately, which they shown on with Chad Gable, with him teasing he's gonna be going away and gonna be training at a very particular facility, training a very particular facility that has a very particular similar if not a familiar name, which it had the name Black in it. And and correct me if I'm wrong, this probably fits the description of Malachi Black's training wrestling school. And do you think that Chad Gable is referring to the former NXT champion, which I think like he probably is in some capacity. Like he's gonna like if he doesn't see like the American made Creed brothers and Ivan Aldo don't have no championship gold around their waist, like he's gonna fix that very soon with him with him having what's his name with Malachi Black trying to make a huge change onto these three, like when him could rebrand the American made name, because let's be honest, it seemed like it's already dead before like it even have a chance to breathe. But anyways, I can see a new gimmick, like with them being like a gothic combative characters, even though some of y'all probably do not would like this change, like if there's with the American made. But I just kind of have a little bit of this theory. I thought I might put it out there. But I hope that we could see Big E could have his neck being what's that called? Like being his neck could be recovered, like, and not only because like he can finish, I mean, so he can get his revenge onto the New Day, but also like with him getting some redemption and repercussions from Malachi Black, like, or Aleister Black, like, which we all knew him before at this time, before like he left WWE, which that could be an unwritten story, because Aleister Black has what's it called? What's that word? He was the one that cost him the Intercontinental Championship almost 4 years ago in 2021, and it wouldn't make any sense just to have Malachi Black there, back in the company that he originally made a name for himself at, like, and like. Like and not follow up into that story. And like even though it is like half a decade ago, but it don't matter, because like as long as they haven't forgot, like, well, I mean this side of creative probably did not forget, especially with Triple H. You probably want to make it right, saying like we need to tell a story into this feud between the Dutch Destroyer and the former big member of the New Day. But let me know about my theories and fantasy bookings in the comments down below. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I think that with Triple H's creative, it's probably maybe 60 or 65% that it might happen. But let's move on and let's talk about from one backstage story to another, as we got some updates on Drew McIntyre and LA Knight beef, like following the SmackDown confrontation. And beyond the winners of the titular matches themselves, like one of the biggest stories coming out of WWE Royal Rumble 2025 was the one involving Drew McIntyre, who reportedly exploded in frustration backstage after his elimination from of the men's Rumble match didn't go off as planned. Like and then the corporate, like in McIntyre's mind, appeared to be none other than the megastar, with every fan saying his name, L.A. Knight. Yeah. But anyways, who had to get his moves in, like, and delayed like McIntyre's being tossed at the hands of Damian Priest, like thus like the pin dampening like the impact of the elimination, like which was meant to kick off a WrestleMania feud. Like Knight had some of Friday's WWE SmackDown, including the line, "Oh wait, I forgot to get my stuff in," before closing with his catchphrase. Like, and the two appear to be getting a little more physical, like than strictly like necessary, like during like their subsequent triple threat match with Jimmy Uso, leading to many fans to wonder if Knight and McIntyre still have beef with one another. Well, according to Fightful Select, however, professionalism was prevailed over the heat of the moment, while Fightful's sources admitted that the story leaking wasn't ideal. Like they also said there was no concern about Knight and McIntyre working together, with most seeing the league as an opportunity to play off real life frustrations, which the wrestlers accomplished. Like McIntyre reportedly had no issues with Knight's promo. And there were no problems between them. Like after the match, Fightful also noted that the first part of Knight's promo in early in earnest PSA about it being okay. Decry was meant to be like taken seriously, while also serving as the tradition into Knight taking shots at McIntyre. And it says right here, McIntyre ultimately pinned Knight to win the SmackDown match, earning a spot in the men's elimination chamber alongside so far his deadly rival CM Punk, and immediately retiring the imminently retiring John Cena are also going to be on the match. But next up, but what? Yeah, and what are your thoughts on this backstage beef between LA Knight and LA Knight? What are the updates? Which I think, yeah, like what everybody been saying, including my fellow YouTubers, like they probably just squashed the beef, any real beef that they have one another, and made this into a storyline between the two because it having the fans watching for sure. Like I totally agree, onto this matter, because why not? And I think, yeah, they got the green light immediately, automatically by Triple H himself, to do this feud because originally the plans were supposed to be Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, and with all due respect, with Damian Priest, I just don't think that he's a perfect opponent for McIntyre at the Showcase of the Immortals. I'll say maybe like a Backlash or any other B plus pay per view, or even Elimination Chamber if Drew McIntyre wasn't qualified into the which I think that was probably for the best, to have him being the qualifier, even though I wanted to be Jimmy Uso, considering that they look like they're about to push him heavily, just like his twin brother, except probably in the mid card from now, because because it seemed like they probably could push him in the mid card division for maybe United States Championship, considering that Shinsuke Nakamura needs a sparring partner for the upcoming show of shows being right around the corner. So I would not doubt if they put Shin, put Shinsuke in the feud with Shinsuke in the feud with what's his name, with Jimbo Uso, and Jimmy Uso could have his moment of becoming the United States champion and win his first ever singles championship, just like his twin brother did last year when he won the Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker back in September, which it was exactly the same day of a very special particular day. like for at least in the with a family member, which I'm not going to mention right at this time. But anyways, but let me know in the comment section right down below. And do you would like to see like it to be LA Knight and Drew McIntyre, which on my opinion I think it should be. Like considering like what happened there, like which was botched, like with LA Knight, like like making a huge mistake, like stalling onto the planned spot where Damian Priest eliminates Drew McIntyre, but only for LA Knight to be like making a huge blunder at the Rumble, like which made it to be the last minute, like where Drew McIntyre was very ticked off. But luckily everything got settled and nothing and there's no beef with one another and they're gonna be working into a feud like right here, like in no reality no real intentions that occurs. But I mean even if there was like what they have, like what Drew McIntyre had with CM Punk, at one point, like which had turned into a feud, like as well. Like yeah, I think this would still work out and for both men's benefits, I guess you could say. But yeah, but let me know down in the comment section right down below when you think was going to lead into. And do you think that LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre is better than Priest versus McIntyre? Please leave your comments about that as well down below. But now from one controversial uh, uh, subject about the Royal Rumble in 2025 to another, as the Royal Rumble winner of the Royal Rumble member of this year's father reacts into the to his son's shocking win, and that father is none other than the Hall of Famer and legendary stink face master himself, Rikishi. And then he came in, and anyone like who has followed Rikishi over the past years knows like about a big of fan he is of his own both his two sons' success, respectively, both Jimmy and Jey Uso. Like in fact, Rikishi's fandom, like for them, like in Jay in particular, like has times like veered towards a controversy, with some fans even wondering if Rikishi's tarnished like praise like of his son, like and criticism like of WWE's handling of him, like could lead Jay into hot water, like but there was none of that Royal Rumble weekend, like with fans and pundits like joining Rikishi and celebrating Jay's Rumble victory, which I figured like for those actual fans, like those actual ones that's not gonna criticize like those wrestlers that actually do win big matches in shocking fashions, like like I I believe like they're like those fans like that are a fan of them like that were yeah probably joining. I'm glad that they were joining him on this over the top podcast, which I think that's what the name of this the name of the show. Hopefully I get that right. But yeah, well, I'm glad that but yeah, I'm glad that he did not get criticized and then start getting trash talk on, along with his son winning the Royal Rumble from those marks from Twitter and what other spots online. But I'm glad there's those positive fans online that are showing some support, like saying like they're glad that he win and he's finally getting his moment of main event in WrestleMania, but this time for a singles championship and that being a world championship. But yeah, I got it right in there. It's such a it will surprise no one like that during the most recent episode of Rikishi's Over the Top podcast, the smile on the Hall of Famer, like his face, like was little wild. It had ever been like it has been like that since the weekend of the Royal Rumble, since his son Jay punched his ticket like into like. Uh, headlining WrestleMania, Yeet Mania, like what Rikishi would say it, like which sounds like a very perfect like nickname for his son. like that's the Yeet Master, which some might say that Jimmy Uso's probably been saying that like since 2021, uh, before Jay Uso started saying it in 2023. Which that could be possible, but the thing is, he didn't make it his his catchphrase, I guess you could say. He didn't use it like a phrase that's what's gonna get him over, like how Jey Uso did. So it didn't even matter. But anyways, but this is what the Hall of Famer had to say uh, about his son winning. Like saying, like you can tell my voice like is just kind of a hoarse, like just like your boy Super Ninja Austin here. Like over the weeks, like but anyways, like but from yelling, like screaming, having a cocktail, like you know the family we've been celebrating, and it's just been great, man. Like and like I want to say thank you to all the fans, thank you to all my family, like my personal friends, like those that got my contact, like my number nonstop, like text man nonstop calling, like and I mentioned this on Instagram live, like uh like last night, I still haven't gotten time to be able to answer those texts, like and answer those voicemails. I ain't never like had so many people call me. Like I mean, like I wasn't like wasn't even in the match. Like, but just because of relationship, like the love and the respect that shows, like how like happy they are for my son Jay. Like and man, and you like know the work like has been recognized. Like so, thank y'all, thank the whole wrestling universe, like thank the world. Like WrestleMania is going to be lit, and it's going to be Yeet Mania. But that's starting to be a very that's starting to be a good catchphrase of a trend. Like which if you put a hashtag on it, I think it's gonna be trending all over social media. Like which that'll be very awesome. But what are your thoughts on the fans giving them some positive response? And yeah, and I'll say kudos to everybody like that was on the platform, like for being such positive peeps on the social media for his son, the Yeet Master of winning the Royal Rumble, because I think it's probably past overdue of him getting some main event success, I guess you could say, like with him being world champ, because that's the only thing that he's missing to be complete. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. Like, do you believe in him? I guess you could say, which that's probably that's something I just made up, like putting a hybrid of yeet and believe. I guess you could say. Hopefully, it has a good ring to it eventually. But like, I'm gonna let you guys let me know in the comments if you're gonna get used to it or not. But we got some reports on an injured the AEW star was backstage at last week's Dynamite, and Keith Lee was all the men like hasn't wrestled since the end of 2020. Yeah, buddy. Don't eat more cannolis. Okay, okay, no problem. And then that's it for sure. I will get food for you. My mom right there. Okay, no problem. Okay, go ahead. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. He was pulled from AEW at World's End, like at the last minute, like with a with a statement revealing like that he was not medically cleared as to being the exact message he wasn't why he wasn't appearing at the event by doctors. Like the exact nature of the wrestler's injury has been like kept private. Like, but Lee has remained hopeful like about the prospect like of getting back in the AEW ring. Like now it appears like possible that he's approaching his comeback. Like with PW Insider reporting that Lee was backstage during like last week's AEW Dynamite after a long absence from the onto the road. As of yet, no details have emerged regarding Lee's current injury, current injury status. Like while it's realistic that the AEW star could have been present like at Dynamite to speak to Anthony Khan about a return or creative plans, it's equally possible that Lee was merely visiting friends backstage. Only time like in qualified like a doctor's will tell when Lee will be healthy enough to wrestle again. Lee's last match took place like on December 23rd, 2023, when he defeated Brian Cage like on an episode of AEW Collision. Like he first joined AEW just over 3 years ago, like in debuting on the February 9th, 2022 episode of AEW Dynamite. Shortly after debuting, like the promotion, Lee formed a tag team with Swerve Strickland, eventually winning the AEW Tag Team Championships together, known as the Swerve in Our Glory. Like together before like they split and feuded, it was Strickland who was scheduled to serve as Lee's world's end opponent before he was pulled from the two. One of the two have yet to fully conclude the storyline. Prior to joining like AEW, like Lee was a member of the WWE roster and dealt with with a health scare, like following a COVID-19 with a 2020 COVID-19 infection. Like he eventually recovered like from the heart like inflation and oh yeah, I'm not for inflammation. What I'm talking about, inflammation, like in return to action in the WWE, but was eventually released by the company in 2021. But what are your thoughts on the Keith Lee's AEW status? And if you think these backstage rumors are true, do you think that he's going to be making a return very soon? And he was just only just meeting with Anthony Khan and visiting with friends, like when he was backstage. And if so, and if there's a possibility that he will be returning to action, when will that day may be? And I think this is how you should do it. Like maybe they should put Keith Lee, and I know this always happens all the time, but it will make sense in the storyline. I'm looking at it in the storyline's point of view rather than looking at it in any other kind of viewing point. And it's definitely not because I have beef with this guy, but it's because like it will make sense in storyline because he formerly used to been teaming with this guy, with that being Swerve Strickland, and then they should return him like with when Swerve Strickland and Ricochet have their next encounter, like and then like and if Swerve Strickland looks like he's about to win or maybe even or even does win, this is where we can see like somebody that we probably have never seen in like probably in for the past year and a half. Now probably none other than Keith Lee, and this is where then he will show that he will have not forgotten about their beef with one another. And this is where they could even turn him heel and attack Swerve Strickland, and they could pair him up with Ricky the Dicky Ricochet, like where he could say, where he could be like, like I think like y'all already have met, but I bet it's been a long time you seen this man, and I don't think you were expecting to see him ever again, weren't you? Like, but let me reintroduce you, Keith Lee, or the new improved Keith Lee, whoever you want to call him. But yeah, I just have a feeling that it'd probably be like that. Like that's my theory on to how to return him to AEW programming. But let me know what's your thoughts onto that in the comment section right down below. On like if you think that could happen, like if he does makes that AEW long awaited over a year return. But next up we got WWE like WWE's Royal Rumble winner of this year, the main event Yeet Master, explains his success, like despite saying he was never supposed to be a top guy. WWE's Yeet Master established himself as a single star, like after years of being one of the most successful tag team acts, like with his twin brother Jimmy Uso, while Jay's victory, like as reigning and defending Intercontinental Championship, were well received. His Royal Rumble victory and pending WrestleMania main event spot aren't being praised by anyone. Nevertheless, who believes he's right where he needs to be. And the man who's like, and then this is what he had to say while being interviewed with Daniel Cormier, like man who's like I'm the man of people now. Like I'm the new people's champ. Like now, or will be like and but I do love the people, man. Like because I feel like they watch me raise up. They watch my whole story in the front of them, like, and I was never supposed to be like the top guy, like the top guy, like they chose me, like Uso. Then they referred to Mark Henry, who during the Busted Open Radio said that the people chose him, which is why he believes that it's working for him. They watching me work, and I feel like they can uh, they can they can they can resonate like with that. During in that same interview with Daniel Cormier, like Uso also express how winning the Royal Rumble has humbled him, like, and recalled like being told like about the decision like ahead of the time, like the former champion recalled like telling his brothers like first before um everyone, like, and then noted how they all liked the idea like of his win, like especially like because they believe like that it would be a major swerve, like potentially because of John Cena being the last one in the ring with him, and how not a single fan would have predicted his win, including your boy Super Ninja Austin here. Because I thought for sure that John Cena was going to tie with Stone Cold Steve Austin of winning 3 Royal Rumbles. But but no, like Jey Uso shocked like me and the rest of the world that he was gonna win. Like with him flipping right out of the Attitude Adjustment, pushes John Cena out of the ring and getting that win. I'm like, oh dang, like he did not just win. Like it's just crazy. Like I did not, but at the same time I made that review video. I was like, I gave him some high praise to Jey Uso. I was like, I'm glad it, but I'm still glad it's somebody that deserves a world championship opportunity, and that was Jey Uso. Even though I was expecting someone like John Cena or CM Punk to get that moment because I would like to see Cena winning the 17-time world champion. And I also would like to see CM Punk main eventing WrestleMania. Like, and I would like to see any of these guys, like one of these guys get that moment, like winning the Royal Rumble. But it seems like that will not happen. That will not happen in this capacity. But we still see CM Punk going after, like, in his chasing his dream of becoming the WrestleMania main eventer, and also Cena like winning this 17th World Championship. I'm gonna tell you why. And I know both of them are in the elimination chamber. Some of y'all be like, but how it's possible when one of them needs to win, like to be in the world title picture, while the other one, how's the other one gonna, how's the other one gonna main event WrestleMania? Like if they're gonna, like even though there's the other night, like between Sunday or Saturday, depending on which night Jey Uso's gonna main event for against Gunther. But let me know down in the comment section right down below, like what's your take onto this into this situation with the like on the situation down below in the comments. Like I'd like to hear your opinions and what are your thoughts onto some of these fans are being so critical. Which I don't understand. Even though like you would rather prefer like somebody that's been like world champion before and that's like a main event caliber star, like that has like decades of experience of being a main eventer. But the thing is, Jey Uso proven to be a main eventer time and time again, even main eventing WrestleMania, which some of y'all probably say, but it was with his brother Jimmy Uso when they were defending their tag titles against against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But still, that was a sign that he belongs in the main event scene, just like his cousin Roman Reigns. But but yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. I think this was a super tremendous decision. Now thinking about it, like when him like was came up short just the week prior, but they're leading up into this story. Like with Jey Uso finally getting this moment, like with him like going after Gunther's title and proving him that wasn't the same Jey Uso that he wrestled like when they were at the Rumble. Like he was a bit sloppy at first, but now like now he's gonna be better than he ever was with this with this Royal Rumble with this Royal Rumble being the cherry on top, like with him with his confidence boost, like of his Sunday that he's about to be enjoying, like with him becoming the world heavyweight champion at the biggest showcase event of the year. But let's move on to the next news. We got a former AEW World Champion poses with alongside a fellow AEW colleague that's currently holding the TBS, the New Japan Strong, and Rev Pro Women's British and the Queen of Death Championship, Mercedes Moné at the Super Bowl. And I guess this is probably like next to the Kendrick Lamar performance. This is probably the next best thing about that very devastating showdown, because I don't really want much to talk about unless it's about these two things. But I'm gonna talk about this one thing is that though like it came into the game as it came into the game as the underdog. The Philadelphia Eagles dismantled the Kansas City Chiefs, which like I just hate to say this right now, but I've got to be professional. But last night's Super Bowl 59, a number of recognizable names were in attendance, like from the likes of the girlfriend of the top tight end of the back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs, Taylor Swift, and John Hamm, as well as two of the biggest AEW stars, Mercedes Moné and Swerve Strickland. the two posed like for a picture together, like at the game, like posted to both of their Instagram stories, like with Monet teasing like that they are only showed up to see Kendrick Lamar at halftime, which I can see why. But anyways, yes, I see. Yeah, thank you so much, Birdie Bird. Okay, I'm gonna eat it. Try you. Can't you see I'm doing my? I'm trying to finish my podcast real fast. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing. Okay. I'm gonna eat my fruit. Like, why are you being? Okay, I'm gonna do it. You don't have to be so pushy. Okay, make sure to eat helps you. Yeah. Even though it don't have nothing to do with what I'm talking about on my podcast, but make sure to eat healthy, like kids and younger viewers, because yeah, you don't want to have some very bad medical issues in any shape or form. Now, that's what I'm saying. Okay. And yeah, and not to be funny. Okay. Without any interruptions. I'll say not to be funny, but don't Kendrick Lamar kind of look like, or Swerve Strickland look like Kendrick Lamar in some capacity? Like with, I'll say not just because of their culture, but the way they look in the face and their facial hair and their dreads. Like, don't they look very alike? Before I continue on this news story, and I want to tell you another thing. Don't Mercedes Moné and Swerve Strickland are like the Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns. Okay. But aren't they like the Becky Lynch? Hi, SNA. Can you excuse me, Trey? You like I'm trying to. But anyways, Assassinator. Okay. You're kind of acting like Gunner right now. But anyways.
Yeah, Gunner does that to you all the time.
Which Uncle Assassinator don't understand why. Anyway.
Yeah, Gunner do that to you when you do your podcast.
Okay. But it's kind of going to interrupt me when I'm talking about because no one's not going to understand me with a full mouth. But anyway. No, and the CEO Mercedes Moné and Swerve Strickland are like the Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns of AEW. If anybody have noticed, like if not, I'm not the only one. If it's not just me, but anyway. Lamar's highly anticipated halftime show, like saw the California rapper stringing together pieces like from most of his biggest performance, including 2017's "Be Humble" and last year's incendiary diss track of "They Not Like Us" with his beef with Drake. And in addition to Lamar, like the performance featured an appearance from SZA and Samuel L. Jackson. And I mentioned that on my podcast, which that's probably like the highlight of the podcast. No, why'd you throw that like that? I don't know what's wrong. Okay, it's not. Please stop doing that, Spade. Can't you see I'm in the middle of talking about a news story right now? Hey, what are you doing? No. Okay, that tears it. You'll get it after I get done. Stop. Please. Anyways, sorry about that. But yeah, and also the tennis icon Serena Williams was there. And yeah, also, yeah, I did not know that until I heard it from a recent news story, until like after I did my podcast that about like an incident between her and Drake or whatnot, like with her just snubbing him or whatnot, like not trying to talk about too much about their business. But I just heard it from a news story. But anyways, And anyways, in addition, like in their picture together, both Monet and Strickland uploaded their pictures. Like, why did it go? In videos highlighting their time at the biggest NFL game of the year. Both wrestlers offered heavy praise for Lamar, and Strickland shared some clips of the performance, like from the perspective. Renee has a title of defense scheduled for this week. Like, yeah, she takes on Harley Cameron for her TBS championship at AEW Grand Slam in Harley Cameron's home country of Australia, or in her hometown as well of Brisbane. But anyways, oh, quit doing that, Trey. Now's not the time for that. All right, cut it out. What did I just say? Never mind this. But it said it's still at the Place Alive in Brisbane, but it said Queensland, Australia, before it premieres the next day on TNT and Max, following coverage of Saturday's NBA game. Which I'm kind of confused. Are they going to be playing it on TNT? Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, what are your thoughts onto this? What are your thoughts onto this match that's going to be happening this coming Saturday, which they said is going to be on like the next day on TNT or whatnot? Yeah, but it's gonna be on Max Live, was it, or is it gonna be pre-taped? I think it's gonna be pre-taped, like on the evening time on TNT and Max, which I'm not sure if it's like everybody been saying, which I see why. Like now thinking about it, like it doesn't seem like a pay-per-view. It sounds like if it's like a AEW Grand Slam edition of Collision, like if it's like a special like event, not a pay-per-view. But let me know down in the comment section right down below what your thoughts onto the two AEW stars that were in attendance at the Super Bowl. Like with one being the former world champion, one the current TBS champion, and like let me know down in the comments. Like I'm kind of jealous of them. I wish I was at the Super Bowl myself, but maybe not because of that horrible game. But except for the performance, I have to agree with both Swerve and Monet on that. Like that. I'll tell you, yeah, that performance with Kendrick Lamar, that was very fantastic. And I even was highlighting that. I was like, that was probably the best thing about on my last night's podcast. Like with him singing all the songs from like a few years ago and from like almost a decade ago, even including Be Humble, which I kind of figured he was going to, and DNA as well. But yeah. But one more time, like, don't like Kendrick Lamar kind of look similar to like what Swerve Strickland looks like with the facial expression and with the little goatee and the dreadlocks. But yeah, but yeah, I'll probably be like if I even did attend that show, I probably would. Well, the only thing I would like about it was the performance of Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, let's move on to the next news. Now we got the WWE Hall of Famer recalls the Usos asking permission to use a famous tag team finisher. And I think I see what particular tag team Hall of Famer this may be, considering what they used before when they were the undisputed tag team champions. As 2025 Royal Rumble winner Jey Uso gets set like the biggest match of his career, like come like at WrestleMania 41. Oh, before I get into that, I also want to say like Have anybody else also noticed about Swerve Strickland and Mercedes Moné have their names have the it both starts a letter, but the same letter. It starts with the same letter of the first and last names. Yeah, Swerve like Strickland double S and Mercedes Moné double M, which I should have just referred to them like that in the first place. But anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about the Usos. On the road to WrestleMania 41, many are taking a look back at the Usos as a rise from the acclaimed tag team division as them being the wrestlers to a single star. This includes WWE Hall of Famer Devon Dudley, who alongside with his tag team partner Bubba Ray Dudley tangled with Jimmy and Jay like in their mid 2010s in an interview with the reward or with the rewind recap we live Devon talks about how the feud and how the Usos approached him and bullied about approached him and bully about using their finishing trademark move, the 3D. And it says right here, when we were, and then this is what he had to say, we were with each other, they had said, we would love to do the 3D, and then he said in response, I mean, we would love it, we would love to do it, I looked at them and said, I don't give a damn. To me, it's paying homage to us. So when they came and asked me, I said, yeah, sure. And then they never did it. The Usos adopt the 3D after the feud, crescenting the move, the 1D, in Devon's eyes, it's helped establish them as wrestling's top tag team in the history of the promotion. And it says right here, as far as and this is what he said, and continuing into the interview. As far as I was concerned, I thought they were the best tag team since us. I thought Jay and Jimmy really did a lot of great things in their matches leading up. I thought the way they flowed was really good. They looked like a very tight, cohesive unit when they're in there. Hell, they're brothers. They're real brothers. They're twins. They both think for each other. There's all that twin magic that they have, but I really enjoy watching them. I enjoy watching Jay now do his stuff, and he's taken everything by storm. Again, both of those guys are still very good friends, of mine, and I couldn't be happier for them. But yeah, but what are your thoughts onto this very intriguing this other intriguing news story that we're talking about today? And what's your reaction onto this from this revelation from Devon? Which I think this was a very honorable move from the Usos of asking permission of using their maneuver, which it was very catchy for them to do it too, because they called it the 1D and they're usually called the ones in the bloodline, and the 1D stands for one and done. So I guess that makes sense for them to use that maneuver. But yeah, let me know in your opinions in the comment section right down below. And I sure hope that they do have another tag team after one another, which they did They did in 2016 at WrestleMania, like in that dream match. I believe it was a tables match, even though it was on the pre-show, but I still consider that a dream match, which the Usos won. But they need to do like another match because they still said the Dudley Boys are still like partially active in the wrestling business. They may be semi-retired, but they still make appearances every now and then, like Booker T and who else that still does it like that, even though they're like partially retired, like 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 a Booker T and who else? Like I heard sometimes Big Papa Pump even wrestles in independent wrestling companies do now and then, and I would say who else that makes an appearance in the wrestling business part timely as well. Let's see. It's a very tough question. Yeah, but yeah, like I think this possible that we could see like them having another match like down the lines. I'm not sure if it's gonna be at a WrestleMania event, maybe perhaps, but I think it should be like some kind of a big marquee, like main event kind of caliber kind of tag team match, like how they're like the Usos had with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens 2 years ago. But let's move on and let's end today's wrestling. But yeah, I just kind of see that, and I kind of figured that yeah, they asked permission for the Dudley Boy because why else they were automatically just using it out of the blue in 2021, like when they were starting their tag team reign. I was like just saying, like it would not make no sense, or else we would have heard something in the news that the Dudley Boy didn't appreciate them using that maneuver, and they should be do like some cease and dismiss papers like into the reigning defending longest reigning tag team champions in WWE. But next up, we're going to end today's wrestling news video about the other second generation star winning the women's Royal Rumble and her father reacting to her Royal Rumble win. That is none other than the Nature Boy himself, Ric Flair, and on what he said about his daughter Charlotte, like after being booed by the fans. Charlotte Flair might be going to WrestleMania this year after winning the Royal Rumble, but few fans like seem like to be happy about her victory as the former women's champion. Well has has been booed like by audiences during her appearances on Monday Night Raw, NXT, and even SmackDown. Considering that her father, Ric Flair, is known for being the dirtiest player in the game. Being the heel is something like that may come easily to the Flair family, like and soaking into booze seems like to just be like another part of their gimmick. According to the Nature Boy, like during an appearance on the Busted Open Radio, he recently spoke like to Charlotte and simply advised her that the fans' reaction are simply something that comes along with greatness. And this is what he stated. I told her you're not gonna have a friend left because she just keeps getting better. And in a very praising explanation, and her focus is to always get better. Does that make sense in easy questions like or simple questions like she's never ever just satisfied with her performance. Flair then explained that Charlotte has her feet on the ground when it comes to knowing her character and praised her like for her confidence like on the mic and in the ring. Like I watch her interview with Rhea, like, and then I watched the interview she had with the girl from NXT, which I believe he was referring to Julia, the reigning defending NXT, the latest reigning and defending NXT Women's Champion, which is going to defend that title this coming Saturday at the same night as AEW. AEW Grand Slam is going to air, and yeah, I mentioned the two names at the same time because it's the wrestling news. I already told you, Assassinators, that I'm going to be doing this while on the WWE shows and the AEW shows in particular. This is where I'm going to make references about the other companies, like I just did right there. But anyways, but anyway, he noted, sometimes a whole to takes a whole lot of takes a lot of takes a whole lot of time to get like that, but she just rolls now, and she just looks the part in clear explanation. What are your thoughts on about what's your thoughts on about Ric Flair's reaction about the fans booing Charlotte Flair from the past week, ever since he made that in ring return and won the Royal Rumble a week from this past Saturday ago? Let me know down in the comment section right down below about that as well. And I guess that'll be it for now, Assassinators, and of the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you Assassinators need to know. And let me know in the comment section right down below on what's your favorite news story on this list. If I had to pick one, I probably got like three of them. One with Rikishi giving high praise of Jey Uso, giving a shout out to him of getting him a win, and even celebrating him on his podcast, saying this is the Yeet Mania era, which I believe that's the case as well. And secondly, I'll say Swerve Strickland and Mercedes Moné being in attendance at the Super Bowl, and even made that very cool, funny comment about saying the reason why they're there is because of Kendrick Lamar's performance. I guess that made me feel better. But anyways, and also the third one is my favorite one is what's it called? Devon Dudley revealed that the Usos asked permission for him and Bubba Ray to use the 3D, which they said it was they don't care and they don't mind whatsoever, and they have their blessing of using the maneuver, except they use as their own move is the 1D, which they show that they know that they're paying homage to them, like in their reign as the undisputed tag team champions. But let me know down in the comments below which of these news stories was your favorite story that I talked about here on the Wrestling Inc. Article, and also put a like on this video if you love this one right here, and click on the subscribe, post notification bell if you're very interested of watching more of my videos, and also make sure to check out my Monday Night Raw review, which I'm gonna be talking about who's gonna be also qualified in the men's and women's elimination chamber match, which is going to feature the one that's going to feature in the women's side is going to be $1 Million Bayley taking on Lyra Valkyria, which she's holding on to the women's Intercontinental Championship. She promises that she's going to be walking as that championship and also be winning either the Women's World Championship or the WWE Women's Championship, which I believe if that does happen, I think she's going to go after Rhea Ripley's belt for the simple fact that it looks like Charlotte Flair is going to challenge Tiffany Stratton for her women's championship over on the SmackDown. And that makes Rhea Ripley as the women's world champion available. But yeah, make sure to check that out. And also, we got the men's side who's going to qualify. Is between Rey Mysterio taking on the social media megastar himself, Logan Paul. And this is a tough prediction, like who could win. Maybe on the women's side, I'll say $1 Million Bayley, because it looks like no matter what, she's going to be getting some high opportunities at this time. And maybe during the middle of the women's chamber match, we could see an angle happen with Roxanne Perez will cost her the the chance of becoming women's world champion, and then this will lead up into a WrestleMania match. Because I think this is too big to be like an NXT exclusive match, like when they're gonna do it stand and deliver. I think this is the best way to present what's her name, Roxanne Perez, into the onto the main roster. But I'll say, I would say, like on the men's side, I think we need more heels on the men's side. So I'll say for this particular reason, they're gonna put Logan Paul into the. They're trying to find another reason to do so, like with Rey Mysterio getting distracted by the New Day. This will help Logan Paul, who will get the win, with some cheating tactics with the New Day distracting the referee. Logan Paul have his brass knuckles in his hand, knock out Mysterio 1, 2, 3, being the fourth ever guy in the Elimination Chamber, which I believe is the first ever Elimination Chamber match that he's competing in. But let me know down in the comments section right down below who's your pick. But I hope that you have a good rest, have a fun and awesome rest of your Monday. And I'll see you guys on the next video with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin, out of here. Bye-bye, my Assassinators. Y'all take care and stay healthy and make sure to eat your fruits and veggies because they're good for you in the long run as well. I guess that's something that my nephew, the Birdie Bird, that was in here said. What he was trying to say to me, I guess you could say, but I guess it's fair enough to me to say it right here, right now, before I end this video right here. But I'll see you guys later on when Monday Night Raw goes off the air and start talking about all the fun stuff about the Monday night show. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye and peace.